Thanks a lot for joining us. So we are here, we are back, and wow, what a weekend we've had. If you remember the stream we did on Thursday, we were setting up some really strong, powerful teams to go out there and really try and do our best. We didn't have that many lineups going out, but I felt for the divisions where we we're going into, we had a puncher's chance. So we'll have a look and we'll see how we got on with the game week that we're leaving behind. Of course, we'll be building teams for the game week coming. I think I've made a purchase or two since the last time we spoke, so I'll be gander at the gallery, see what's happening there, and I think there's a Christmas special weekly thing to get stuck into as well, and there was something else at the tip of my tongue that I thought we'd be touching on tonight, but it'll probably come to me at some point, and we'll, or any of you guys that are watching this live, of course, drop it any sort of pressing topics or anything you want to chat about, drop it in there, and we'll get stuck into it, but I'm pretty sure it'll come back to me, whatever it was. It may not have been a pressing topic per se, but pretty sure something obvious I wanted to talk about, but yeah, we'll get there when we get there. Predictology and Stefan, fist bumps to you guys. Thanks a lot for joining us. So yeah, guys, without much further ado, maybe we'll just get stuck into it. So this is the game week that we're leaving behind now. Carlos Soler still just about running. I think the Valencia game maybe is just about finished, but he has. I think he's earned Hall of Fame status this game week. To be honest with you, like Carlos Soler has been one of my favourite cards. And I think he's one of these guys that I do very much underappreciate, but he's pretty much single-handedly got me across the line to pick up some base ETH this game week, because without him, this team was going nowhere fast. Sorloth did pitiful. All Black, he was my worst goalkeeper this game week. I kind of knew that. Away to Sevilla, it was never going to be a good fixture for any goalkeeper, really. T.O. DNP'd on me. And Captain Soler, 2 goals, captain's armband for Barcelona. And he's picking up 113 points all by himself, so fantastic run from him. Hector did just a base score, I suppose, but yeah, very much a letdown of a team. Mark Hodgson, Mikey Basson, good to see you guys. Thanks for joining us. So disappointed with this team overall. I kind of knew what it was when I kind of rolled it out, but my phone just started going off. It's the Gary Neville podcast. How weird was that? Out of nowhere, a pure phantom. Maybe I had some sort of voice command sort of thing happen there. I don't think I gave any kind of nod. So Soler looks to actually be finishing up as my best player this game week. Josko Guardiol, can you believe it? Is rocked out with an 86. I think Leipzig get battered. It was like defensively it was awful for them. Gavi, goal and assist, brought in an 84, and he's contributed big time to my limited team that done well this game week. Palaversa brought in an 83, so he's now staking a claim to get into some first team action, because he's not just doing his base scores that would merit a place in an all-star rare team, but he's now dropping scores that could earn him positions in under 23s for me, potentially, depending on goalkeepers and that sort of thing. Sane, Darwin, all came at the party big time. I didn't take the gamble on Robbo. Even with his red card, he still brought in a 76, which is tremendous. And then, yeah, I had a lot of greens this game week. I had a lot of greens. I had a lot of good players and good matches. And I managed to have a lot of them in good teams. Now, part of the obstacle that I came across this game week, by the way, Trippier back in the house, off the bench, not off the bench, back off the injury table, back on the pitch. He was centre-back in a back three, which is probably part of the reason Atletico didn't do that great. But he's straight back in the deep end. They need him. And, I think I might be using him this game week coming. But as you can see, a lot of greens, plenty of guys there, and then a lot of ambers, and sorry, not ambers, lemons. So I'll show you the limited team, I suppose. So we came 296 for this, and we had Mukhtar Diakabi running right at the very end for us. Bloody conceded a penalty in the first 10, 20 minutes or something like that. So it's totally nerfed his decisive score. It's all round, just kind of picking him up again, thankfully. And maybe if he can get a positive, decisive contribution before the game finishes, maybe we can get something a bit better. Yeah, we're 35 points away from a tier 2 limited, so if he did get a positive, decisive, it's definitely on the table, I suppose, but probably not likely to happen. Game can't have much more than a couple of minutes left, really, to be honest with you. But that limited team did pretty well, and I'm really happy with the look of this team. My Inter Milan boys that I picked up in that stack both showed up in a big way in a 5-0 win. To be honest with you, both of them could have done a lot better than just their 60 odds. I'm pretty sure Dzeko earlier on, one of them did have a slightly bigger score and it got nerfed down. I've not investigated why, but Gavi Captain it wasn't captain, but I think he should be now going forward. Rookie Gavi, 91 out of 1,000. And then David SoRare in goals with a clean sheet. I hope Osasuna. Great Champion Euro limited team, and hopefully it's going to be a tier 3 limited by the looks of it. But yeah, tier 3. But hoping it could still be something decent, you know. Should be at the top end of that payout. And Champion Euro's got a lot of good players in all the tiers, really, especially at the top end of them. The highlight team for me was my U23 Pro. So despite losing 2-0, Guardiola still pulled in an 86. He had the captain's armband for me as well, which was my best possible selection, it turns out. So that was brilliant. Wirtz with no decisive, and his multiplier managed to break the 60 mark, which is cool with me. Unfortunately, Van de Voort didn't keep the clean sheet, and Illich's team went down to 10 men in the first half. He didn't get subbed off. He actually played 90 minutes, but they just never get out their own half. You know, they had like no goal creating opportunities, nothing. So he just didn't really have much of a chance to score much, you know, because yeah, just the way the game panned out, really, it's just not done much, you know. Unfortunately, just camping in and losing possession, humping it away, and you know, 50-50s. You know, he still picked up some points, still did okay, but you know, nothing to really move the needle and get that AA nice and high, unfortunately. But we still managed to just about scrape into a tier 2 rare. Now, the payouts this week are not generous, unfortunately. We've got a lot of fixtures going away, and I think especially with, like, I was thinking about this today, of course, looking at the prize pool, thinking about this. But with U23 and with All-Star, like, see, like, one of the main reasons the prize pools have shrunk in those regions is because in those regions, yeah, is because like the regionals in like America and Asia have all went dormant. But I don't really, and fair enough, like those cards, they do, the way the dynamic rewards structure is built at the moment is they want to be rewarding out cards that are playing at the moment, because they want users, when they do win a card, to actually get their hands on it and they can use it right away. But unfortunately, the problem is in U23 and All-Stars, when you remove those cards out of the prize pool in mass, is like, it feels like they've done, because that's the way they've told us it's been built, then it's so much harder to win. Then that kind of trying to be righteous for the user and make sure we all get decent rewards is kind of in jeopardy, or it is in jeopardy, because like if you're only going to pay out, like I'm looking at this division that I'm pulling a card from, right, a pro division, 25th, top 25 pull a card, and we knew that going into the game week, right? But for the amount of U23 cards we'll still have eligible to be paid out in a tier 3 and even the bottom end of a tier 2, with the Asian cards and with the American cards taken into consideration, it makes such a big difference to the payout in the pool. It makes competition much more, you know, it makes it much more worthwhile, you know, because I'm picking up a tier 2 with 350 points, which I can accept in the current climate, because 350 isn't a great score, you know, and to just get by pulling a tier 2 at this level, I can deal with that, you know. But there will be some guys further up in some of these other divisions where they're scoring closer to 400 and just missing out, you know, in like the Champion Euro region and maybe one or two other ones. And by taking that pressure off in U23 and global, by having bigger payouts in there, I think it kind of eases that tension a bit, because Champion Euro, like we know, is going to be a killer for scores. Like I've scored 336 here and I've been 82 points away from a prize, right? Which, you know, you accept that with Champion Euro Rare because it's bigger hitting cards, and this, we all know what's here. But we're getting prizes back to 35 there, and that is just a region, never mind. Like, you know, I know U23's handicapped a little bit because it's age restricted, but I didn't enter an All-Star Pro team, did I? No, I didn't. So I can't just see that at a glance, unfortunately. But that's my champion team there. Nothing did amazing, unfortunately. Trap's score was nice to see. Brais Mendes kept us alive. Sané did great as captain. But unfortunately, my two defenders just didn't pull in any decent points, unfortunately. Just bang average. And it'd be 82 points away with those two players letting me down in that way. I can live with that, because those two scores could easily, with those two players, what they're capable of, and different fixtures and etc., I can, I don't need to worry too much about that. It is what it is. They didn't show up this game week. They didn't play good football, so they didn't get many points. And that is what it is. You need to have good guys to win good prizes. So that's the way we are. It looks like we're picking up a tier 2 out of under 23 Pro, which should be decent. We'll have a look at the prize pool, and a tier 3 limited from Champion Euro. So that should be all good stuff. Now, the midweek we're coming into, I haven't. I did my teams, I think, once on on SoRare, and maybe it was yesterday, the day before. And I'm actually pretty excited now that I know, because I know I've made them before. I knew, for example, that Trippier is back. I'm pretty sure Atletico Madrid have got a game this game week, which is why when I noticed that I got excited, because I just, maybe it was Friday I made the team for the next game week just because I was bored or something. It was a few days ago. And then, as I say, when I seen Trippier was back playing, I thought, oh, brilliant. I can get Trippier back into a wee team. So we'll start off with just at my gallery, right? Just because I'm pretty sure what page that one. I can't get those cards. I've not been on this for a wee while. Don't forget, drop me a wee follow on SoRare, guys. If you're knocking about the website at any point, come have a look at my gallery, see what I'm up to. Drop me a wee follow, goes a long way to supporting us. Thank you very much if you do that. I've picked up a 1 of 100, long time on the to-do list since Eredivisie landed last January. Right as Eredivisie landed last year, he got a big injury and he's been out up until right now, basically. On Flash Scores, we check out, he played a cup game, he came back a little bit, got some minutes, and I think he's going to debut this game week, you know, because I'm certain he's going to get minutes, and I've not got that much choice, and somebody that can just pick up minutes has a purpose for me this game week, you know. So hopefully he strikes gold on his debut for the club. Really excited to get him, high prospect, and you know, having a guy that potentially can be a starter in an Eredivisie midfield of like Feyenoord, PSV, Ajax, etc. is always worth a little shot. And to get a 1 of 100 for the price I got him for, I'm absolutely buzzing. I think he's seen all this star stuff as well. Tate that I won is unlimited, so we'll get you to use him hopefully when the transfer goes through to Celtic. Fingers crossed that happens ASAP. I'll have a look at the prize pools for the game week coming up. I think I'm going to have a double check as well at the special weekly. So what is it? Is this one the Christmas one? So there was a thing on Twitter. Let me just check out the Twitter thing. Can you, or maybe any of you guys can help me out in the live chat? The Christmas. See, I've seen tweets about it and stuff, and I thought, oh, I better check out the special weekly. But as I look at this now, it just talks about the average scores and stuff. So I don't know if it's. I think it is maybe it's a Twitter competition or something, because they're asking you to submit your team, like take a picture of your team and put it on there. Have you seen our Xmas special? Hit over 205 points and you'll win a tier 2 or tier 3 limited card. Top 100 managers will also win our newly designed merch. Entry requirements, all scarcities, and max average 50 score. Enter your team, and then it's the link here. I'm just going to click on my phone just to make sure it takes us to this game week and it's not the weekend after, because it could be that. So GY, good to see you, my man. Wow, that game took up the mantle of being the only big game of the night and grabbed it by the balls. What, Valencia? Valencia was a big one tonight, big time, man. SoRare ran the show. 2 seconds. Yeah. So you're trying to switch between apps to do this authenticator stuff. It's a pain in the balls sometimes. It takes me to game week 229, which is this game week here. Lovely. Okay, cool. So this is the special weekly for Christmas, guys. You heard the terms there. You just submit your team and you've got the chance of winning some extra limited cards, you know, for hitting over a score of 205. So it's kind of like hitting a threshold kind of situation. So a must enter, even with a DNP goalkeeper. If you can get a team out just with odds and sods, I would 100% recommend you do it, because it's a free card for hitting a threshold, basically. The prize pools otherwise, let's see what we're rolling with, okay? So, super rare, I don't think I've got enough cards to be rolling up here, but yeah, there's not many cards dicing about, and the entries are still a bit steep for it to be overly enticing for me to maybe just kamikaze it and just go for it. All-Star Rare, oof, 8,500 entries still this midweek. Be a lot of commons in there, common goalkeepers, that kind of thing, of course, and maybe even just teams with like 2 or 3 pieces active, maybe even less. All-Star Pro, under 1,000, 50 card payouts, not too bad for a midweeker with such low fixtures. Under 23 Pro, now bear in mind the under 23 Pro that I just entered had 25 cards getting paid out. This has 15. I wonder how many entrants there were last game week compared to this 203. It's probably 250. I think it must have been like 10% or something was maybe about, maybe it was over. Maybe it was about the 5% mark. I'll go and check it if you want. You can check it equally as easy, I'm sure. because you're not streaming. So you can just jump on your phone and go check it out if you want. Champion Euro Pro, 225 entrants for 25 cards paid out. It's a very attractive region again, but it's just so competitive. The under 23 Pro always pulls my attention because there's just less cards eligible, and if you've got good cards that are eligible, you are at a distinct advantage in these game weeks. It's just my personal feelings. With that being said, let's have a look at the actual matches and see who's running this game week. Okay, so that's just my matches. Let's see everything. So AZ against Groningen could be fiery, I suppose. Vitesse at home to Swall. That could be a great game for Vitesse cards, certainly. PSV at home to Go Ahead. Again, could be a great game week for PSV cards, it must be said. Ajax at home at Fortuna. Wow. I think one of the Ajax guys went off injured at the weekend, and I think Timber was like right back and did crap. So maybe the defensive element of Ajax is crumbling. Maybe the kingdom is falling. Perhaps it's happening, guys. Galatasaray away to Murich's team. Do I see anything else that really jumps out here? Besiktas at home. Hatay are at home as well. I know they're doing decent this year. Fenerbahce away. Sivasspor at home. Başakşehir at home. I don't think if anyone else really jumps out there. No, nothing else really grabs me, I'm sorry. Celtic away, St Mirren. I don't know if Kyogo will play this game. They might rest him, so I think he would really rush back for the final. Wouldn't be surprised to see a wee bit of sensible care taken there. Atletico Madrid are playing away at Granada. Could be a great fixture for Atletico Madrid as well. Granada are not a team that I don't think Atletico Madrid will be too worried about defensively, you know, and offensively, Atletico Madrid can go and score a goal or two, quite easily kill the game off and whatever. So decent. Real Madrid have got a really tough game now. I think some of their good defensive cards will come out and score probably quite good this game week, because Bilbao will test them, will ask them questions, will put them in those situations, especially at home. So one to watch, certainly. Villarreal Alaves could be tough. Villarreal have been very free-flowing going forward this year, and Alaves has been very resolute at the back, so it's one of those attack v defense situations. Let's see how it pans out. And Sevilla Barca, again, I think is a bit of a dice roll. Anything could happen here, you know, really, with both teams. I think this is a real statement game for Sevilla. You know, Sevilla, no one's really taking them seriously yet for the title, and I think they'll be telling themselves, beat Barca convincingly and people need to take you seriously. With Real Madrid also playing away to Athletic on the same night, it looks like, yeah. No. Sevilla played the game before, so it puts the pressure on. Puts the pressure on both the Madrid clubs. Sevilla go and get a convincing win. So, interesting one to watch for the consequences of the title race, certainly. Let's have a peek. Monaco Rennes. Not really too sure where both those guys are at the moment. I probably should, because I've got Sulemana. PSG away to Lorient. That should be a spanking, really. Lyon at home to Metz. You would really think Lyon should be you know, getting their act together and getting themselves on the road with a big win there. And Reims, or nobody's fool, away to Marseille. Juve Cagliari. Now, Napoli Spezia. Jesus, man, this could be such a competitive midweek, by the way, because so many big v smalls and such high powered teams. Napoli at home to Spezia is a very Napoli friendly situation. But I think with Napoli, the task is always picking the team. You know, if you know who's going to start and play, then you're onto something. AC Milan away to Empoli is the same situation, I suppose. Being away makes it a little bit less certain, I suppose. And there's a few other interesting fixtures in Serie A, but nothing I would jump up and down about SO5 wise, particularly. Inter Milan at home to Torino could be a difficult game, but again, with the players that Inter have. And China returns, you know, the Super League is back. Unfortunately, I don't have any Chinese players anymore, Chinese Super League players, but they can be back and some of them can be OP. So actually quite a busy midweek, it must be said. PK Random, Sojiwa, good to see you, my man. Oh, I think Sojiwa, you've had a fist bump. Yeah, this is the Christmas one. PK Random, good to see you, my man. Sorted. So let's check up the lineup builder. And let's see who we're going to be rolling out with. Now, I don't think I've got that many goalkeepers. Even when I'm flicking through the fixtures there, I'm thinking, I know I've got a few limited guys like Soraya and Lung, etc. So I'll definitely, I think I'll have a good fist at the weekly. So I'm quite pleased about that, because I don't always get the chance to utilise the weekly. And so I've got Lung. I've got one limited goalkeeper running. No Soraya? Does Getafe not get a game? No, it must not. So I've got Lung. So I guess I'm probably going to be sacrificing a limited outfit Let's check All-Star Rare Pro. Right, let's see what goalkeepers we've got. So I've got Nubel, All Black, that are definitely playing. Schubert's been dropped by all accounts, and I think Van Leer is back out the team. So yeah, I've only really got 2 proper goalkeepers. Okay, so what really matters now is just a kind of inventory. I'm just gonna have a quick scan over to see what kind of guys I've got. Are the U23, are the Champ Euro, and then I'm going to try and prioritize, because it is play to your strengths. I'm not really worried about the head count in these divisions. When I see I've only got 2 goalkeepers, I'm just play to my strengths. If I got good champ cards, if I got good U23, if I've got neither particularly distinctive, what am I going to do? Chrissy Quirk, good to see my man. Fist bump to you. So let's have a look in defence who we got. And this is why I love SD11, because I can just rock out SD11 and it does this kind of as a synopsis for me. But we're kind of doing it manually on this occasion. So I've got Trippier, super rare, back in town. Theo Hernandez didn't play. I need to investigate why. I'll have a wee check on my phone, see if it says. So again, it's part of the reason. Oh, let me fire up the wee streamy thing. Let me see if I can get the, yeah. Right, let's see if I can get it up here. Bum, 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 bum. Yeah. So it's one of the reasons I like flash scores is when you go into it like this, it can sometimes tell you at a very quick, easy glance. It's not always 100% accurate, but for the elite teams in Europe, etc., the information is pretty solid most of the time. So he's injured, yeah. So it's come up here as an injury. Okay, I can see that. So I'm not going to be gambling really on Theo unless I go and find some information that tells me to the contrary that he is fit and available and ready to rock. So I've got Yedlin, I know will play, does pretty well. Miazka's been out the team. Binks is not a guaranteed starter, and Denier I think has been out injured as well. So yeah, wow, Yedlin and Trippier are my main 2. So a champ and a challenger. So it's a global really, yeah. I think Yedlin's going to have to be my global all-star rare, and then Trippier would be a pro team, and I've got some super rare mids, don't I? Get McKennie and Sulemana rares as well. But yeah, I'm getting super rare mids, no problem at all. I'm not got my little scroller thing. There we go. Lexi Ledesma. Yeah, he's at the bottom there. So I think, yeah, my rare mids, Sulemana. McKennie played, so I don't think I will be playing Ledesma because I know that McKennie started. So I'll be needing super rare mids for a pro team. And with the guys I've got here, Renato, Illich, and Tonali, they're all U23, but I don't have a U23 goalkeeper, and all 3 of them are champion, along with Trippier. And then forwards, what have I got? Cherky, De La Fuente, Kyogo. I don't think I want to gamble on Kyogo. Let me check out. I'm going to check out Celtic's fixture list. So what I want to check is, because we just had the cup final and I say Kyogo was rushed back for it, I want to see what the kind of fixture list looks like coming forward. I know this doesn't look like it's came up to speed with us, but bear with me guys, it should catch up. So you should see it on screen in a second. So Celtic we played, Hibs on the 19th, okay, St Mirren's on the 22nd, and then St Johnson's on Boxing Day, 26th. I think, yeah, it's probably a decent idea to rest Kyogo. Head to head with St Johnson, they're not in good form. We're romping it at home, they're not doing too great. Do we need Kyogo for that game? I think maybe he starts on the bench and you try and at least give him a break. Don't run too dependent on him. So I'm definitely going to hold fire on picking Kyogo myself. So I don't really have much in terms of forward options, unfortunately. Yakimakis I don't see coming back into the team. I think he's still a week or 2 away. Timo Weah, again, let's check out Timo Weah. If the screen comes back on. Right, so I'm diving into Lille in France. Again, I just want to check out the last game. If I just click on Weah, it can tell me the last game if he even just sat on the bench, did nothing or whatever. But he's been out injured for a few game weeks, so there's no point holding my breath on him returning. Okoye was back for Sparta at the weekend, but had a mare by all accounts. Yeah, I don't think he's going to get dropped. He's a big ticket goalkeeper. It's like Van der Voort, like you know, the club is really banking on him catching fire, and they can sell him for a dime, you know. Right, okay, I think All Black has got a great fixture. So up front, I'm really lacking, unfortunately, which really does limit me for how serious I can take a big team. So I think Cherokee could be a great play in a really good team. So it's between Cherokee and De La Fuente. Now Cherokee, let's check Leon. Leon are down here, and they're at home to Mets, isn't it? Yeah, they should be doing the damage on them. Let me check Cherokee, what he's been like. I know he's been getting some minutes, etc. recently. He was on the bench against Paris FC. He had 6 minutes against Leo, played 90 against Rangers. He's been playing a lot in Europe, but he's not been playing as much in the league. Let me check the Leo formation. Okay, so against Leo, they started with Dembele and Slimani. Yeah, they started by a kind of 3-5-2 away. I don't think Cherokee starts, to be honest with you. So I'm going to have a look at Marseille quickly. Conrad De La Fuente, I know, played the little cup game. So I think Conrad is definitely going to be back in the squad. Yeah, I think he's definitely going to be back in the squad. And I think he's got himself in a starting position, really. So I know Ream isn't a good fixture, but I'm hoping he can maybe... I think he's my best shot, basically, right? So I'm going to be sticking with... I just chance it with Kyogo. I just chance it with Kyogo. I'm going to turn my phone back on Do Not Disturb. Sorry, guys. I don't know whether to chance it with Kyogo. I think Corman definitely plays. So with that in mind, all my best players I can play are Champion Euro. Okay, so I'm gonna have a look at the prize pool difference between the two of them. Now there is some powerful stacks and stuff, but I've got some good components there that could potentially combine to be a pretty generous score. So I basically wanted the biggest prize pool available because I'm more playing. No, I don't have enough super rares to pull that off. So we passing thought there. I do have the midfielders. So Champ Pro 228 for 25 cards. I've not got a U23 keeper. I think I'll be probably a lot stronger than a lot of the All-Star teams, to be honest with you. So I'm probably just going to go All-Star for both. I'm just going to go All-Star for both my teams. So All Black's going to be my main goalkeeper. Now, I'm not going to play... I'm going to play Trippier, right? Oblier, Triplac, whatever we're calling them. They're back in town. They're back in action together, right? This is the combo. Now, who do we pair with them? Lille away to Bordeaux. I think is actually a really good looking fixture for Lille. Tonali, I would actually expect to play against Empoli. I didn't actually think he was going to play at the weekend, and he did pretty good. So I think he might continue to start. Elic, I think, will start at home at Fiorentina. I actually really want to play all of my super rares this game week. Average score under 50. Elic is going to go in that team. 100%. Elic is going in that team. I'm happy with that. Okay, cool. So I think I'm going to play Tonali over here. Away to Empoli. Up front, it's going to be Conrad. So I'm sure he's going to get minutes. He just needs to get decisive, and it pays off. And then my extra guy has to be a rare. I might go Weston McKennie. So I know he's back in town. Sulemana, I don't know if he's definitely a starter. Oh, I maybe need to keep Sulemana for... Actually, Desmond's not showing up here, which is a wee tad annoying. So who would my best other rare be? I think it is Weston McKennie. Yeah, picking my best team here, so it's Weston. And then captain, I guess after captain Weston, he's got good AA potential, you know, so even if he plays 90 minutes, he could get some triples and the like. So let's see. Now, I'll pick the next. I've only got 2 teams to pick here, and then we'll do the special weekly on site, okay? So then All-Star Rare. I can play Limiteds over there as well, so I'm not too worried about who I'm going to be playing, because I do want to capture the ETH as well. So Nibble's going to be my keeper over here. Oh, actually, what about... Oh, my limited goalkeeper, actually. I don't know if... Let me check weekly challenge. On lineup builder, Lung. Got last 5 of 48. Oh, I was looking at opposition stats for the last shit. Yeah, Lung's last average is under 50 as well, so that's fine. Lung can go in there. Save. Come back to that. That's cool. I can do that here as well. I always forget that SoRare's got the special weekly plugged in now. That's fantastic. So we've got Nubel and goals. This is the only option. At the back, it's got to be Yedlin. This is where the club strength hopefully comes in. Hopefully we just get 5 starters. Richie Ledesma, I think, is going to get minutes. And I think Cadden and Sulemana, I'm kind of flipping on. I think I could throw Kyogo in here now as a decent, like, maybe he comes off the bench and even just scores me 30 points or something like that. Or Cherky, I think, is capable of. Actually, I think Cherky's. We just go safe. I'm not going to take the gamble on Kyogo. I'm going to go with Cherky because I think he'll get minutes. Same as Ledesma. I think they'll both just collect minutes. And if they can do that, and maybe I get lucky on one of them, and I'll play Sulemana as well, then maybe something can happen here. Who will we captain? I think we'll captain the Edlands. I just think he's most likely to get the most amount of minutes. And he can get assists and stuff, you know, so hey ho. Rubbish looking team, but we'll see what happens. All that needs to do is get even the 0.01. I can survive. I'm not going to be too upset myself, you know. Okay, cool. So all scarcities in defense. Oh Jesus, I've got no options here, really, do I? Let's show the last 15 scores. Eric Garcia's back in town, I think. Yep, Eric Garcia's back in town. Love to see it. So we can play Eric. Away to Sevilla. I'm not too excited about that. But he's back in town. He's playing. He's got a low average. Kolarov came off as a sub in the last game. I'm not too enamoured with that. Let's see who we've got in midfield. So again, I've got Gavi. His last 5 is 53. That must be a bug. I've got Renato. I've got Illich. I'm playing Illich, haven't I? Play Illich and Renato. Who's up front? Do I have any limited strikers that are worth? Oh, yes, not hard. No. That's 567. 52 for Dzeko. Does it let me pick him? Maybe it was his last. Maybe it's the last 5 before the game that we just had. I don't know. And then other mid or the other player, I'm going to make Renato. I'll make it Dzeko as well. Did I just go with the tag team again? Or Gavi? No. Yeah, we go Gavi, don't we? He's the man on form now. We captain him as well. He's the man taking the world by storm. Let's see if that team can actually be selected, but that's the only thing I'm curious about. Just need to score over 205 points, so there's not actually massive pressure on the team to go out and score big, you know. So let's see, yeah, we get Long in, no problem at all. Who's the defender? Garcia, wasn't it? Yep, Garcia gets in. Gavi does get in, yeah. So let's go Gavi. And yeah. Who else did we have? Who did we have up front? Lautaro, wasn't it? Yeah, Lautaro's not showing up. We've got Dzeko, but take Dzeko instead. That's fine. And then my last guy, Renato, Illich. I think I take Illich here. Good place to put Illich. Captain Gavi. Lovely. It's a great special weekly team. Hope it does well. We could do something special. But as long as it gets over 205 points, which I think is going to do at an absolute canter, then brilliant. Back of the net. So in the rare division, so I'm going to drop you, and we took Dzeko, didn't we? Yeah, so Lautaro can't get in there now. That's fine. It's a great looking team all the same. And yeah. So my All-Star Rare Pro, I went on the lineup builder with McKennie, De La Fuente, Super Rare Trippier and Tonali, and in goes Oblak. What did I have on Friday night when I made my team? I had Captain Tio, who I'm now not going to be playing, instead of Trippier. Tripp's back in town. Tio probably isn't. Renato's getting dropped for McKenny. Kenny's back in town, and Cherokee is getting dropped for Conrad. Happy to do that. Yeah, so it. And then Captain McKenny. Nice looking team. Pretty much U23 eligible if I wanted to. No, I don't even have a defender to swap around with, but good looking team. It's a strong champ team as well, but I'm going to go into the bigger pool that I think will be weaker, and I'm just hoping to get in amongst the top numbers. You know, I think that team's capable of being in the upper echelons of the competition just because of the way things normally get divided around. Picked the exact same team, but I had Cherokee up front instead because I've got Conrad upstairs. So cool, happy enough with that. Same captain as well. Lovely. So we're getting 3 teams out, guys. Pretty chuffed with that, to be honest with you. Special weekly is an absolute bonus as well. An absolute gimme. So as long as you get over the 205 points, you can play limited, you can play uniques and everything in between, then you'll get a tier 2 or a tier 3 limited. So go for it, man. Why not? Even if you can get a DMP goalkeeper, common goalkeeper, I don't know if they're doing commons in it actually, but you know what I'm saying. Transfer with 1 January, but stays at Sparta on loan. Oh yeah, I know. Actually, sorry. You're right, Mike. You could catch on that. He's already been sold, you're right. Well, I suppose, yeah, why bother playing him? Maybe they're just thinking get their money's worth out of him before they let him go. But yeah, good catch on that, Mikey. So let's check out the prize pool. What could I be picking up this game week? So out the U23 Pro division, we are picking up a tier 2. Which I don't expect it to be incredibly exciting. But 17 to 25, so only 8 of them are paid out in this division. And then how many are getting paid out in just U23? We are getting 23 plus 8 is 31. So I'm in the top probably 25% or so of the payout for the tier is the way I think about it as. Because if I'm at the bottom end of this, then I should be scoring better. I should be more favourably drawn in the tier than the bottom end of whoever picks it up from the division below, for example. So the top of the pool is not actually too bad if you got a bit jammy, or if I get a bit jammy. And Lucas Sucic would be lovely. Frimpong would be nice. Cunha, yes please. David Raum, I would definitely take one of him as well. Riddle Baku, Eric Martel, sorry, I beg your pardon. Tavukin, Veroni, some decent cards up here. Omar Soleil, Go Hitano, Joe Scally. Is that, you know, tier 2 under 23. Again, if I'm going to be in the top end of this pool, and I'm probably going to stop thinking about, yeah, kind of nowish. Kulisevsky, wow, mid pool player. What a great pick he would be. Kakarai's not bad either. Mats Colliart's got a good rep with a lot of guys in the community. There's a Sharon, the wrong timber. Georgi Mihailovic, who's just moved into Champion Euro now from America, I'm pretty sure. Matthias Nunes, if I already won one of him, I would take another one, I suppose. Caden Clark, Ayase Ueda, Rio Hatate, some nice cards. Ivan Illich, Reece Oxford. Even the bottom of this pool, Corma de la Fuente. It's a very good pool for me to pull out of. I know it's tier 2 and you maybe look at it and go, oh, it's a rubbish pool, but Milan Van Uwijk, Martin Zubelmende, Jonathan Akone, Meli Mullenstein. There's some really good cards. It's quite a deep pool, actually, you know. Filip Stefanovic, Ezekiel Palacios, Pierre Kululu, Dennis Geiger, Tyler Adams. Right down the pool, Wout Faes. Fucking Mbappe hunters down here. Hussein Odilon, Tuta. I wouldn't mind the Tuta either. Dodi Lukabakio. Deep pool. I'm actually quite excited for that now. That could be absolutely anything tomorrow. It's a real good, like, just a real throw of the dice. It could really get anything on. Henry Schweier? Fist bump. Good to see my man. But yeah, I think it's pretty much the size of it, guys, for this game week. There's not too much going on. You know, I think I've actually got a couple of really good teams going out there. I'm actually really looking forward to Trophy Day tomorrow, so make sure to hit the notifications. I'll be dropping a wee short as soon as I get my prizes and get them opened up for you. I will be doing a stream on Thursday. I checked the calendar. That's the 23rd of December. That'll probably be the last one I do until like after Christmas or whatever. And also the Drunk Cast is on with John Boy, and so that'll be good fun as well. I think that's on the 29th. Be sure to tune into that. And what else is going on? I think that's pretty much everything for now, guys. There's a lot in the pipeline. Stay tuned. Like, subscribe, share, retweet, all that good stuff, guys. If you've been watching us live, thank you very much. It means the world to me. If you're watching us after we've been live, and all of you everywhere, good luck this game week. I hope you did well the game week we're leaving behind. And, you know, make sure you get involved in that special weekly. Like, subscribe, share, retweet, all that good stuff, guys. Stay out of trouble, and I will catch you on Thursday. Oh, Mikey boy. Just right before false ending. False ending. Influencers League, you're right, Mikey boy. How did we do in the Influencers League? SoRare Mega. 2 seconds. Half you guys will have went away after the outro there, eh? But no, Mikey boy's caught me. Good catch, Mikey. I always forget. Still signed into signing into these things sometimes can be a pain in the bum, but live long and prosper. Like, come on, man, log in. Aye, no problem, Sujiba. I'm still going to be hanging about for another minute or two. I'm going to check out this. I forget who we had. We picked DNPs again, last minute subs and last minute injuries and stuff. I think maybe we did win actually. Who did we have? Picking up XP and stuff, which is cool. Let's get back on screen. Boom. Right, okay. So where did I see the Influencers League page? Over here, maybe. Mega League rankings. Mega League rankings. Where do we find it? It's the last one before the end of the year. I can't find it. No, I mean Ben Said. Let's bump to you. Thanks for joining us, my man. Yeah, I'm not far off the end, but Mikey boy reminded me that that I had this SoRare. Like to check. Just head into Google and then like, how the fuck did I find it? There we go, something like that. Oh, that's brag. No, we're not going on brag. We're going on Mega, isn't it? Yeah, it's not brag, it's Mega. I can't find it. I cannot find it. Oh, is it on brag? Is it brag? I thought it was Mega. Am I tripping? Jesus, man, I lose my marbles. Doi! I think because I was picking my Mega 8. That's what it was. I was going to pick Mega 8 so that... Ah, there we go. Doi! Oh, Jesus. Oh, guys. Been one of those weeks. I'm rock bottom, guys. We are rock bottom, man. Look at that negative difference as well. We have been getting absolutely humped. Absolutely humped. Nellis has picked up a... Did Nellis beat us? Nellis must have beat us. Oh. Nellis must have beat us. Oh, son of a bitch. Oh, Z-Noob beat me by quite a fine margin, I think that must be said. One player of a difference. How has he managed that? Screener 0? Could have spanked me that. Oh, 50 difference there. 30 difference. Oh, Jesus. Wow. A lot. So many of his players head to head beat me so much that even a DNP didn't slow him down. Jesus, man. That is a spanking. And he must have captained Tadic. Who did I captain? I don't think we had a captain. That's annoying. Don't think it would have caught me anyway. Even if I captained like Darwin or... I must not have picked a captain. John Boy lost to John. So John must have beat us then. D3 I'm guessing is round 3 or whatever. So when did we have John last week? D2. Right, so that had been the last. Did John beat me? No way. You may hear about this one. Cheeky buggers. I've not heard about it actually. So let's see the goalkeeper. Oh, tight. First look at that. The first 3 cards. John's got a 64. Safanov, my 66 lands the lot. Ah, super tight. 2 points to me, right? But then my Robbo 61, his Buscagli 63, 2 points to him. And then his Trent 75, my Guardiol 72. Another 3 points to John, so he's 3 up. And then it goes into Pareo v Wirtz. And yeah, Pareo took him to town. And then De Ketelaere against SoRare. And De Ketelaere took him to town. Vanaken versus Arnold. That was a heavyweight clash. And Arnold shat the bed, man. CR7 got his decisive. And Depay DNP. I think that's the kind of the hammer blow, really, isn't it? And then, just for good measure, Tadic beating Sané. Wow, good victory, John. Spirited game, actually, looking back at it. I'm a bit disappointed I never went blow to blow with it, you know, as the game week panned out, because it's a tight one. I look forward to the rematch. I hope we get to play everyone twice. I hope that's the point of this, is you get home and away fixtures and we get to play everyone twice. I hope that's what we get with that. I didn't captain anyone, sorry guys. We need to start winning, guys, as soon as my team starts winning now. So you go into SoRare Bragg and you pick that team now. We're not, it's done until after Christmas, right? But just register with Bragg and you pick my team. You pick like my 8-a-side and I will be against other people. And then if you pick the right team so it's by popular vote. So you pick my defenders, my midfielders, the most voted for, the most selected, become the populated team. And then if the team you picked happened to be the most popular one, whatever, and then I win and we do well on the table and all the rest of it, there's opportunity to win cards and prizes and stuff. So guys, we need to get our shit together because we've not picked up any points, and if we've not picked up any points, you guys aren't winning anything. So New Year's resolution is we are going to go hard into this the same way we do with SD11 when it comes back. The new year side games is going to be next level. That's it. New Year's resolution is ready to rock already, guys. Thanks for hanging about after the false ending a minute ago. But like I said, guys, if you've been watching us live, thank you very much. Good luck in the midweek. If you're watching us after we've been live, thank you very much. Don't forget to drop a comment, like, subscribe, share, retweet, and all that good stuff, guys. Stay out of trouble, and I'll catch you on Thursday. Take care. Bye-bye.
It's the